The acoustics in the studio are fittingly wonderful. Oh my goodness, my friends. Tomorrow is the first day of a new semester for the summer. It's a 5-week semester. We call it 5 week 2, and it runs obviously for just about a month. And look, it's my smoothie, some notes, a decorative cup that I'm going to put things in, stencils, stamps, to-dos, and my handy dandy pencil and pen caddy. I'm so excited. Oh my goodness, being a teacher is phenomenal. Hey y'all, hey, it's Patty with Giddy Things. We're here for day 112 of our 5-minute in-name only exercise encouragement. Just encouragement, right? What was I going to say? Oh yeah, I was so sure that I was going to get y'all to understand encouragement. I didn't think of what was after that. I pedaled for 30 minutes today. I have had some Zepbound side effects, but they were worse yesterday, in the 24 hours after I took it. It's so weird because mine don't go away. I see all this stuff. Let's relax. I see all this stuff about how people have a complete cessation of side effects, and some people do. Some people never even have the side effects. Some people, very, very few people, have serious side effects. Oh, y'all, mine have not gone away. I mean, and I'm trying to think if they've really... Yeah, I guess they have gotten better. It's easy to lose track of that. But so far, what I am still experiencing is a little nausea, not nearly as much nausea. Okay, now that I'm going through them one by one, I'm having a more contextual conversation about them. And then fatigue. Fatigue, which is better today. It is just Sunday. If, in real time, if you're watching this in the future, it might be a different day. And I'm trying to think what else. So I said nausea, I said fatigue, bloating. And that's not bad all the time. But last night, I took some Gas-X and it got better. Be sure to check with your doctor before you exercise and before you take any kind of medication, because nothing I say is ever medical advice. It's just my experience. But I'm trying to think what else. I was going to tell y'all, I exercised again in the studio/office, and oh my gosh, I love being in there. It's such a comfortable room. And then I can come back up here to the bedroom, and this is a real relaxation station for me. And then the front room can just be the family room. I'm not exercising in there. I'm not working in there, because prior to the studio, I had in the front room in our parlor, I had my desk in the corner, parlor, living room, sitting room. And then I also did my exercise in there, and then that's where our family TV is. Now, the TV we have right now, really, it isn't big, and it doesn't work perfectly. But when we broke our TV, if you've watched for a while, you may remember this. We didn't break it, it broke, right? When it just kind of fizzled out, we decided not to buy another one for a while. And one of the things that the disembodied voice pointed out to me, which the handy helper's fine with this too, because the handy helper has his own cool TV in his room. If he wants to watch any of his DVDs or things like that, he doesn't really necessarily want any cable type stuff in there, or even a Roku stick, or even an Amazon Fire Stick. He's not really interested in that, and he's got plenty of stuff he can watch on subjects he really likes. He likes some fictional shows, but he's super into nonfiction, and it has just an encyclopedic knowledge of lots of different areas. And so does the disembodied voice, and I guess so do I, just in different areas. I think we all do in our areas of specialty, but I know you do too. But I just knocked the headboard. But that room can now be freed up. When we do, I lost my point, but this is my point. I got it back, which is a real victory for a postmenopausal woman or a menopausal woman. So the point being that we decided that we really don't watch that much TV until it's cold outside. And so we'll probably get a new TV with God's help in the fall-ish when it starts to get cool. And then we probably might even have, cycles of when we watch TV and when we don't. Now, typically when I'm working, which is going to be today, is the start, as I shared in one of the earlier clips, is the start of, tomorrow officially. I published my courses today online, but the official start of when I start interacting with students is tomorrow. And that's the first day of the 5 week 2 semester for our summer semester. And then after that, there'll be a little break, and then fall semester will start. And of course, a little break, and then spring semester, and then another semester, God willing. God help us, right? And we do pray about that. So the idea then is that we, kind of portion off TV to be an activity that, just like any other activity, has its time and its place. That's pretty much what we were doing before, and we tend to watch more when we have a break. But what we tend to do now, which is different than from when I was a kid and TV was like, oh, such a treat in a lot of ways, but also just kind of ever present in the 70s and 80s primarily. What we do differently is that we tend to watch these set shows. We don't channel surf at all. We don't see what's on. And of course, there's so many more channels now. We only tend to pay a la carte for the channels that have shows that we want to watch. And when we're done watching those shows until another season comes, we cancel that, save that money, maybe look for another one, maybe use our existing stuff. So probably what we'll start back with is Netflix in the fall and in the winter. What an exciting thing to think about. But right now, it's just cool to be doing what we're doing in our free time. And it probably won't change that much, except for there are a few shows that we've already decided, hey, we'd like to watch this. But again, those will be specifically, they're sort of like dates for me and the disembodied voice, because we don't share a lot of the same TV show interests as our kids. And so we tend to watch that type of thing we do separately. And so the disembodied voice and I have the same kinds of shows that we like, and that's a good time for us to just connect and have fun and pause the TV and decide what's going to happen, or predict, or try to predict what's going to happen in the show. So it's a lot of fun. Or those pauses where you go, I know I've seen him in something else, and you go looking for who it is. And then you can get back to watching the show after you have that answered. So that's kind of where our minds are on a variety of things, but I'm excited to get the semester started. I am teaching an English 111, which is Composition 1 for us. That's the essay format, learning to do citation properly and at a college level, and all kinds of cool stuff like that. I theme that course in a way that I think is kind of fun and helpful. And then the other course will be my English 245, which is the British Literature Survey course. I also love teaching that, and I'm getting all ready. I'll show y'all when they get here. I know I've already done a video about the books I'm going to use in my English 250, which is the new version of children's literature at our college. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. I will walk you through the process of that when we get to that. So, what have you been doing today to be good to yourself, to be kind to yourself? Did I say 30 minutes? I pedaled for 30 minutes. I hope I did. If I didn't, I did just then. But you need to figure out ways to make yourself feel special. I'm going to decide on which book I'm going to read next, having finished Kazuo Ishiguro's, what did I read? Oh, Never Let Me Go. And, oh, y'all, it was great, as they always are, but it was bittersweet. And I think I'm listening to an Emily Henry book right now, but I think I may go ahead and start another light read. I have checked out on my Libby app another Kazuo Ishiguro novel. I'm trying to read his entire oeuvre, his entire works. That's my intention, and Ian McEwan as well. I'm trying to do that with Ian McEwan. And I think, but I have a book that I got at the Dollar Tree that I'd like to read. What is it called? The Shoddy Setup or something like that. I'll let you know. I'll pop it up on the screen, and I may just go ahead and read that. I need, though, to have one on my Kindle as well, so if I can't sleep and the disembodied voice is asleep, I can read on my Kindle without disturbing my wonderful husband with whom I share a bed. So, yeah, I hope you know how loved you are. I love you so much. And if you were able to exercise today, maybe think about telling us what you did if you want to. If you don't want to, that's fine too. If you weren't able to exercise, just know that it's a part of the cycle of being a human being, and if you don't exercise every day, that's fine. Nobody anywhere says we have to exercise every day. The reason that I tend to do this every day, even if I report like I did recently that I didn't exercise that day, is to keep me consistent and accountable because those are really big deals for me. I'm firmly a believer in the idea that the reason I'm doing well in my consistency is because I've made myself accountable via my YouTube family. And if I tell other people that I'm going to do something and they're depending on me, that's kind of the thing that's going to get me to keep doing it. So please do go in peace and love with me to serve others. And also, please do take the time out to pray for a lot of things, most especially, not going to talk about this too much, but most especially what's happened in Texas. My heart is broken for the people there. And also remember to pray for the ever embattled Ukraine.